He's stuck in India? Oh no. Why is that?
This YouTuber really traveled 9 hours to leave a Diet Coke on a forbidden island. And now
this
he's officially been charged.
Wait, this was like a year ago.
Charged for illegally landing on the North Sentinel Island, where approaching within 3 miles.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Uncontacted tribes in the middle of nowhere.
This island is banned by law.
We just talked about this, right,
It's been a
chat?
minute since we last talked about this guy, whose name is Mikhailo Polyakov, but he's still dealing with the consequences of a stupid attempt for virality, I guess. And now there's finally a real.
It shows clout is like exists anywhere in the fucking world, dude. It doesn't matter. In the west, in the east, in the south, in the north.
Because the YouTuber who thought it was a good idea to go visit one of the most isolated tribes on Earth and leave them a Diet Coke has now been formally charged in India. And authorities do not think this is an accident. They're saying, hey, this is clear that he planned
He probably fucking filmed it too, because these idiots filmed their crimes.
Out this over several days,
oh
knowing that he was violating laws that have been in place there for decades. And currently, he's due back in court on April 29th, 2026. When was the last time I made a video on him? Because this guy's been sitting behind bars for a minute now. Oh, no shot.
I told you, we watched this video a year ago.
It's been a year? I don't know why. I thought it was a few months ago I made a video on him. It's been a year since I made a video on him. He's been waiting for trial for a year? I mean, if anything, this goes to show you, don't.
I sentence you to stuck in India for a year, buddy.
Fly to other countries and break the law for social media content because you have no idea the kind of risk you're facing. But from what I can tell, he's been in a detention center ever since he was arrested a little bit over a year ago. So now, on top of that, he's potentially facing years in prison in a country that he's not even from. All for a YouTube video. And if you're wondering how...
Good. Set a precedent. Don't fucking do that.
Someone even builds up the confidence to try something like this, you kind of have to look at the content that he was making before all this happened. Because his whole online presence was essentially about pushing boundaries for views. And we're talking about videos where he would go to extreme or unusual locations, film interactions with people who clearly didn't sign up to be part of the content, and I guess just overall chase shock value. Because one of his last adventures before he was arrested here was going to Taliban-controlled Afghanistan and filming himself trying on a whole bunch of helmets, waving swords, and firing guns. And obviously, the specific stunt that got him arrested, we just found out happened back in March of 2025. And what happened here was obviously showed up to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, specifically Port Blair, with a camera, a plan, and apparently like zero survival instincts. And this wasn't some spontaneous, I'll just see what happens type of trip, because authorities said he's been trying to reach this island for months and then spent several...
And he recorded every single part of it too. So, officer, I didn't do it. You have no proof. Yeah, we do. We have it. Your phone's right there. You streamed it. You uploaded a YouTube video. Полный хуесос.
Several days planning the specific attempt, which is insane because one single Google search would tell you this is a very bad idea to do.
Tucked away in the picturesque waters of the Bay of Bengal exists a tiny island that has captured imaginations for centuries.
ASMR
but its beauty as a tropical paradise is not what has garnered attention. Rather, it is the often violent, uncontacted tribe that calls the island home. For most, this island is a window into the past and an opportunity to understand how ancient people lived. But for some, this island has become their final resting place.
Right. So what did he do? Okay, well, he got a small inflatable boat and he spends 9 hours traveling across open water. 9 hours. Like at any point during that trip, you could have turned around. You had a lot of time to rethink your life choices, but no, he kept going until he reached the North Sentinel Islands. And just to put things...
I think the people who helped him should get lesser punishments if they have like... I don't know, like evidence of them knowing what he was doing. Like, yeah, maybe he was like saying he was gonna go fishing. I could forgive that if I was a judge. But like, if you took money and you knew this guy was gonna go and fuck with those people, those tribes people, yeah, I think they should get punished.
In perspective,
not as bad as him, but they should.
Tourist spot. No, this is one of the most restricted places on Earth. You're not allowed to go within 3 miles of this island, period. Why? Well, there's been some very bad happenings there, to put it lightly.
Gee, I wonder what.
People wanted to go visit this island and never returned. So clearly there's a massive safety issue because the people on this island aren't really friendly to the rest of the world, to put it lightly. But also, the international governments just don't want modern people to go visit that island because they don't want to spread some disease to wipe out that entire tribe. They're one of the last few protected tribes. So overall, it's just a bad idea for everyone involved. We don't want diseases to spread to them, and they don't want people there, and they make that very clear with arrows. A whole lot.
Well, you're also gonna give them diabetes by giving them a Diet Coke. Like, they're not supposed to drink that shit, man. Have you guys heard the meme, like, giving a Victorian child Doritos is gonna explode their head? It's the same thing.
Of arrows. But regardless, Polyakov, he just pulls up to the island, fully aware of all this, and instead of, I don't know, staying in his boat like a normal person, he gets out. He walks onto the beach and spends about an hour there, which is, I mean, I gotta give it to him.
He's so lucky they didn't catch and kill him. He's so lucky. An hour?
At least committed to his awful idea. But what does he do during this hour? He starts blowing a whistle, trying to get the tribe's attention.
If I was the government, if he got killed, I'd be like, you know what? It's just Darwin's, you know, the Darwinism is taking effect. We told him not to go there. We told him not to attract attention. Yeah, it's natural selection. Yeah, you're literally blowing a whistle, like asking to get shot.
Which is not really how I'd want to introduce myself to a tribe who is infamous for blasting as many arrows possible to anyone who invades their island. But when no one shows up, because I guess they're not really wanting visitors.
Maybe they're busy. Maybe he got lucky. They didn't hear him.
He decides to leave behind offerings. A can of Diet Coke and a coconut. I wish I was making that up.
An American tourist has been arrested for allegedly traveling to a restricted reserve on a remote island and leaving behind a can of Coke as an offering for the world's most isolated tribe to try.
Then he takes some sand, records a bit of footage for his channel, and then just leaves. Like it was a normal beach day, I guess. Mission accomplished, except not really. Because he might have made it off the island, but he didn't really get away with it. Because as he's heading back, a local fisherman actually spots him there and immediately realizes something's off. So they report him, and within days, authorities track him down in Port Blair, and he gets arrested. So his trip was over, the content was secured, I guess, except now you're in custody in a foreign country. That just doesn't sound like a win to me. And this is where things get a lot more serious, because I don't know about you, but I would really prefer not to be in a detention center in India. And to make things even worse,
I don't want to be in a detention center anywhere, man.
Was a serious threat. Not just to himself, but to the entire tribe. And this isn't about like, oh, the tribe might, you know, shoot arrows at you. It's the opposite. Apparently, we're the danger. Even something as small as a cold, something that you wouldn't really think twice about, that could be devastating to that group of people. Because again, they've had zero exposure to modern diseases. So when this dude is showing up, walking around, leaving objects behind, authorities are looking at it like, yeah, this could have gone really bad. And that's exactly why the laws around the island are so strict. And again, this guy just completely ignored those laws. And this is why he's been formally charged with entering a prohibited tribal reserve and violating Indian law. And if he's convicted, he's facing up to 5 years in prison for what basically was a YouTube video. I mean, there is a history of people that have tried this before, and it never ends well. And if I can find all this information, then a guy who planned the entire thing to go to the island can absolutely find this information. Because you had a very infamous case from 2018 where you had a guy by the name of John Allen Chow, an American missionary who thought it was a good idea to go to that same island and make contact. He planned it out, he prepared for it, he wrote in his journal about it, and within days of arriving, he was gone. And a fisherman who
that's just the way it is. You tell people, look, I'm not like they are dangerous. Like they're going to attack you. You see a cougar in a cage in an enclosure, and you say, hey, don't go in there. Don't go in there, man. And he's like, nah, I think I'll go in there.
Took him there, later said they saw the tribe drag his body across the beach. So again, the guy is extremely lucky he even made it off the island. And obviously, even outside of that case, there's been multiple incidents over the years. Fishermen drifting a little bit too close and outsiders just trying their luck a little bit too far.
Two men aged 48 and 52 were fishing for mud crabs near the island. However, the pair got so drunk that while sleeping, the anchor of the boat, which was a rock tied to a rope, fell apart and drifted the men toward North Sentinel. The following morning, fellow fishermen
that sucks.
said they tried to shout at the men and warn them that they were in danger. However, they did not respond. They were probably drunk, and the boat drifted into the shallows where they were attacked and killed.
They were... You know how you marinate certain food in like beer to like make it more tasty? They were too drunk. Yeah, I think, yep. Yep, they're probably gonzo. They're in someone's tummy.
And unfortunately, the result is almost always the same, which is why the Indian government doesn't play around with this anymore. There is a strict exclusion zone, naval patrols, and actual laws in place that say, hey, don't go near this island whatsoever. And yet somehow, in 2025, we still have influencers looking at that thinking, yeah, I could probably make a viral video on this island. Like, come on, guys. Even Survival International, the organization that works to protect uncontacted tribes, they came out and called the stunt idiotic and reckless.
Yeah.
And they also said his actions not only endangered his own life, but the lives of the entire Sentinelese tribe. And that's why he's still currently stuck in India, waiting to see if he's going to get years in prison or not. So I guess we just kind of have to wait and see what happens on April 29th. But other than that, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so I would definitely recommend clicking it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Great example of fuck around, you find out. Fuck around, find out. You get what you freaking deserve. Thanks, Mr. Atozy, on the update from a year ago. Have we been watching Atozy for like a year? I feel like we have. Yeah. For like over a year? Yeah, we've been watching for like 2 years. It's my ball. I remember this. It's my ball. Oh yeah, Johnny Somali. There we go. Yep. We watched a lot of these. Haha, you didn't even the V Shoujo video. Yep, Liver King. God, he pumps out a lot of videos. He's a good content creator. It's not funny. Wait, we watched this too. Yeah. The Jack Doherty video with this chain. Oh my god, man. Time does fly when you're having fun, huh?